Okay folks, I'm going to tie you a jointed Mayfly pattern, just to show you how to tie them. Now the hook on the vise is a size 10 standard heavyweight wet fly hook. The thread that I'm going to use to tie the fly is uni thread 80 in black. So I'm just going to knock a bit of thread on here. I'm going to bring my thread down until my thread's past the point of the hook. Then I'm going to remove the waist tag of thread. Now, the tail on the fly is natural cock pheasant fibres, so you want around about a half a dozen or so to be shy with the tail. You need to compensate. Not the strongest fibre in the world, pheasant tail. So start measure these up to your hook. I'm going to have this twice the length of the hook over the back. Just going to come around with a pinching loop, then take turns of thread down the shank of the hook, tying in the tail. Then I'm just going to come in and remove this the length of the body. Now the first rib on the fly, you can use brown thread, but I'm going to use Uniflex floss, and dark brown is the rib. So I'm going to tie this in. I'm going to bring this in the length of the first part of the body, a couple of turns just to secure that in. The next part of the body, this is plumber's tape, PFE. I'm going to tie this in. I'm just going to cut a wee tag until it wee taper tag. I'm going to come around with a turn just to catch it in to there. Then I'm going to bring my thread up, tying these materials in. Now, I want to keep the back part of the body as smooth as I can. I'm just going to concentrate and tie all this in at this stage. And then I want to bring my thread back down to the halfway point to there. And then we're going to come around with our plumber's tape. A nice tight turn at the tail. And then you just want one turn slightly overlapping the other up to the halfway point to there. Fly it around with your thread, one turn in the hole, a couple of turns to secure, and then come in and remove the excess. Now we'll just bring up a rib, and you're looking 3 turns or so of the flax floss onto the rear part of the body to there. Fly it around with your thread, one turn to hold, a couple of turns to secure, and you can stretch your flax floss, trim it away. Now I'm going to bring the thread on up now, the next part of the body to there, and the rib is going to be Glow Bright floss number 4. Now I'm going to double this up just to give it a wee bit more beef in the rib. So just trim it away. I'm going to offer this on to my side of the hook, just pull it in, and then just work my thread back down to the midpoint. Now at this point here, traditionally on the pattern, it's the olive seals fur that's used. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a sooty olive in the traditional Irish dubbing range this is from. So I'm just going to take a small pinch, dub it onto the thread, slide it up. This will get us started. You can tighten up with the dubbing. Just run it up the second part of the body. Anything that's going forward, just stroke it back. We'll bring the thread to the eye and back up again. Now I'm going to palmer a few turns of olive cock hackle onto the dub part of the body. So just stripped off the fluff at the bottom. Just tie your hackle in nice and tight. Come in, trim away the stem. Then we'll just palmer this down. Now I like to get 2 turns at the shoulder, at the top. Then I'll take 2 or 3 turns down to the midpoint to there. Then you're going to come around with your glow bright floss. Number 4. You're looking 3 turns. Right, it starts to open up, just twist it. Get the stay together. Now, keeping that tight, you can break away the tip. Anything that's going forward, just come in, sweep it back, bring it up in front, follow it around with your thread. Get a couple of tight turns in there, just to secure it all in. Then you can come in, nice pair of sharp scissors, trim away the excess. Now I'm going to come in with the Velcro, but I'm not going to brush it hard because it's floss, it's holding the body together. I don't want it to fray out on me. So, okay, next tackle. This is French Partridge that has had a picric acid dye run through it. So it's going to strip off the fluff from the bottom. Bit of fluff there, take it away. Come in, stroke back the fibres, reveal the tip. Then I'm going to come in, I'm just going to trim away the tip just to give me a tag, tan-in tag. Just to come around a couple of turns, tie in the tag, back up, just getting the base of thread down there, nice and level to wind the French Partridge. Then you're just looking 1 turn in front of the other. Picric acid brings up the feathers really bright once the acid has run through it. Now, keeping the stem tight, just come around with your thread. Get 1 turn in the hole, a couple of securing wraps in there just to hold it all. Then come in, nice pair of sharp scissors, and trim away your stem. Then we can just build up the head at this stage. Just build up the head. And a decent head on your Mayfly patterns. Nice and tight. Keeping the thread tight. Just come in with your whip finishing tool. Just the one, a whip finish. Pull the thread nice and tight. Come in, trim away the excess of the thread. Now I can just come in and just open these up just to show you. Then I'm just going to come in, clear varnish on the head. Yeah, don't worry getting it into the eye. We can clean it out. Just get the varnish on the head. Make the fly last that wee bit longer. Right the whole way right round. And I have a bit of waste wire on my desk here. And I'll just come in and poke the wire through just to clean out the eye. And there you go, folks. That's a wee jointed Mayfly pattern. Give it a wee go, get a few in your box, you fish a Mayfly, and hopefully you can catch you a few fish.